Okay, good morning. Um, my name is Melvin Hayden. I go by Air Rescue Vet across all of social media. And today I just wanted to talk about a possible tornado last Friday, whether there was or wasn't. Um, And in that discussion, I'm going to share some audio from a local weather broadcaster that was from live during the event. And I'll also read a couple articles, including what the National Weather Service said and what local Texans from that area are saying, including myself. I live in the Dallas Fort Worth area, so I personally have some experience I'll share along that as well. So, again, we're going to just share some information and you can decide for yourself what you think. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is we know that the government is shut down, and so there's been some questions whether this is affecting local services or not. And uh, tornado warnings are a pretty significant thing. If there was tornado on the ground, then this is a hugely populated area. Just in Fort Worth alone, there's over 1 million people. So I'm going to start by seeing if I can switch over here and share an image with for you guys. This is caught off of a local radar here. And while I leave this image up, I'll see if I can play this audio at the same time here.
All right, I'd be in your safe place right now. If you're further south or north, I would, as precaution, if you're tuning in, I would just get to your safe place, get to a storm shelter, basement, closet, bathroom, whatever that might be. Treat this as if there is a tornado warning for your area, just because we have high winds in the area. But this is the corridor where the highest velocities are, and also where there could be a tornado right now. Again, the radar, unfortunately, is only updating every 5 minutes at a crucial time here. The latest radar scan is currently coming in as we speak. We'll see what the velocities look like. The terminal radar site, this needs to be tornado warned. I mean, the terminal radar site is showing a very tight area of rotation. That right there, again, would likely be the tornado. It's just south of Fort Worth. And that is a tornado. Guys, we have a tornado on the ground. I am changing our overlay to tornado on the ground. This needs to be tornado warned. There is clearly a tornado in progress right now on the south side of Fort Worth. This is right now in a very populated area near I-35 West, just south of I-30. It is moving towards Ederville, Hanley, just south of Haltom City. There needs to be a tornado warning. We have a tornado in progress. This is 100% a tornado in progress on the south side of Fort Worth. This could be we don't know the intensity of the tornado, but this is at the bare minimum a tornado in progress. If you are in Fort Worth, you need to seek shelter. If you're in Arlington, you need to seek shelter. If you're in Forest Hill, you should be seeking shelter. I don't know how there's no tornado warning on this. We've been talking about this for 25 minutes now. There is clearly a tornado on the ground. And I mean, this is a populated area. Again, I-35, this is going to be crossing over here over the next minute or two. This is a tornado on the ground right now. We have a clear hook echo. Velocities are strong. There is a tornado right now in progress, and God knows how long this tornado's been on the ground. It might have been on the ground 5 minutes ago. We don't know. It's going right now. The debris signature is over Berry Street, Bennington Street. It's going to be approaching Glen Gardner and Berry Street. All right, so all those areas are probably being hit by this right now. But again, this is broad daylight. I don't know how we don't have a tornado warning. This is, I don't know if another office has to jump in or something, but like, I mean, this is so populated. There is literally a tornado on the ground for over 1 million people are in this area, in this county, just a specific county. Tarrant County has over 1 million people. This is unbelievable.
All right, so I just want to give props to Max Velocity. If you don't know who he is, he runs his own YouTube channel, and you can look him up, Max, M-A-X, Velocity, Velocity. He's originally from North Texas, so he's got a lot of personal experience also with this area. And he now, though, does a national broadcast, and he has 1.4 million subscribers. So this guy's legit. He's not a fly-by-night guy who's pretending to be a weather expert. He really is. So he goes on to say, and share a little bit more. So I'm going to do that here for you guys now.
This is unbelievable. We still have, I don't even know how the severe warning got updated, and like we do not have a tornado warning. I don't get it. Once again, if you're just tuning in, I have the confirmed tornado tag on, and the reason why is because we have an unwarned tornado. I have never done this before. We have an unwarned tornado, and I put this thing on. But like, we've had a tornado on the ground for several minutes now. It started back down here near Edgecliff Village. It may be in Fort Worth now. We just got a new radar scan. If there is a tornado, it would be on the east side of Fort Worth. Riley has an update. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey, Max, it is once again on the ground. There's another CC drop. It is just to the northeast of where it says Fort Worth on the map. Very small. You can see that the velocity clearly comes together. This is another unwarned tornado on the ground in an area with over 1 million people. So don't really know what to say at this point. Another unwarned tornado.
Thank you, Riley, for the update. So now there's a small, this is not likely strong, but there is a tornado in progress on the east side of Fort Worth. This is kind of occluding north in a way, so it's going to probably move towards Haltom City. So if you're in Haltom City, you should be in your safe place, just south of Melody Hills. So those are areas that should be in their safe places right now, just southwest of North Richland Hills. So once again, there is a tornado, another one in progress. This is unwarned on the east side of Fort Worth. It's basically in Fort Worth right now. It is barely moving to the north right now. It's going to be crossing over 121 in the next 30 seconds or so, just to the west of Arlington. This is just unbelievable, but again, we have a tornado, another one in progress, just east here of Fort Worth.
Okay, so I'm going to read what the National Weather Service's official statement on this was. They're basically denying that there was even a tornado in this area Friday night. One thing I can share from my personal experience, I've lived up here now for 11 years, and when there's a strong thunderstorm even, the tornado sirens go off up here in North Texas. So at a minimum, this was a severe thunderstorm, if it wasn't a tornado. And the tornado sirens should still have been going off. Now, to be fair, there was one area up here, so local authority must have just put the sirens off on their own. But in general, there was not any tornado sirens in the Dallas area, in the Arlington area, in the Fort Worth area while this event was going on Friday night. So you saw what the local, or you heard, I should say, what the local weather broadcaster said. And you can go back to his channel again. I want to just mention him again. Max Velocity does a really good job. Check out his channel and you can find the original footage and watch it there. I'm going to read now what that official response was. A line of strong thunderstorms brought heavy rain and wind to the Fort Worth area Friday night, but no tornadoes, according to the National Weather Service. A National Weather Service survey team traveled to South Fort Worth on Saturday to look over the damage. There were rumors on social media that a tornado had touched down in the area, but a National Weather Service team found sporadic damage consistent with straight-line winds, officials said in a statement Saturday afternoon. Our office traveled to South Fort Worth to survey reported damage from last night's storms. The observed damage was sporadic, not concentrated or convergent, and more consistent with straight-line winds up to 85 miles per hour. Several trees and light poles were damaged along East Berry Street from the area near Interstate 35 to US 287, according to the survey. Some businesses in the area also had some minor roof damage. In southwest Fort Worth, there was sporadic damage to trees in some residential areas, and the roof of a detached garage collapsed near Seminary Drive and McCart Avenue. Storm damage also was reported at the Art Worth Fine Art Festival in the Clear Fork area, where tents were blown over and boots and artwork on display were damaged. The festival is continuing with better weather service and free admissions on Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. National Weather Service spokesperson Jennifer Dunn told the Star-Telegram on Saturday morning that they had received very few reports of actual damage. and the public could help by sending in photos, video footage, or damage reports to, and then there's a email address here, sr-fwd.webmaster@noaa.gov. So if you do have any footage or video, you can send it to her there. There is some images that are available, and I'm going to see if I can't get that up here for you guys. Give me one moment. Okay, let me see if I can get that image there for you guys and see if it's showing. Yes, it is. Okay, so you can see here this tree is knocked down. I apologize if any of these red lines are showing up for you guys that I can see on my side, but this is images that were published, which I couldn't find any publications from the United States that had published these images, but the Daily Mail, which isn't a website I would reference, but I think that images don't hurt. It's not anybody's opinion. These are just images that were sent in from Friday night. You can see this roof, and these are confirmed in verbal reporting and text reporting, but they just don't have the images shared. Hopefully those are all showing up for you guys. It looks like they are. I apologize. I'm pretty new to this live broadcasting, so I'm kind of learning on the fly here. This is the most severe damage here that I was able to see. Okay, that looks like it for the images. Let me go back here to the article, and I'll continue to read this article here to you guys. A rumor is what they're calling it. So I already played the audio from Max Velocity where he was showing the radar sweeps. And that's another thing. He was complaining because there were only radar sweeps every 5 minutes. And it was extremely frustrating during this severe storm that the radar was only updating every 5 minutes. Nonetheless, the radar was showing distinct what he called hook patterns that are significant of the tornado. So he confirmed 2 tornadoes on Friday night. However, the way the National Weather Service apparently reported to the Fort Worth Star-Telegram on Saturday was that a rumor surfaced on social media that the National Weather Service in Norman, Oklahoma tried to contact the Fort Worth office about issuing a radar-indicated tornado warning, but NWS officials say that didn't happen. We never contact another office to say to issue a warning. Well, now if you were a concerned meteorologist up in Oklahoma, and I mean, we're right on the border, you guys. If you're not familiar with this geographic area, the Red River is just north of the Dallas-Fort Worth area here, and the Red River geographically divides Oklahoma from Fort Worth. So it's not, to me, wouldn't be out of the norm that they would have contacted if they saw that there weren't any warnings going out. So was this all because of the government shutdown? We know that there were reports earlier in the shutdown that there's staffing shortages at some of these government places, even before the shutdown. So again, I'll leave this information for you guys to decide. The article goes on to say Fox said Norman is Fort Worth's backup office, and when severe weather is expected, they routinely reach out to see if Fort Worth needs extra help. The Fort Worth office does the same for them. So there you go. I mean, according to Dunn, a tornado warning was issued for Weatherford and for part of Palo Pinto County after radar indicated tornado, but she hasn't heard of any damage in those areas. A severe thunderstorm warning was issued in Tarrant County about 8:30 p.m. Severe thunderstorm warning. That's true. There was a severe thunderstorm warning going on. All right. Let's see here. I think that's probably no, here's some more of the article. Flooding was a major concern ahead of Friday's storm, but so far it seems there was just some localized flooding in known trouble spots and no widespread issues. The line of storms moved faster than anticipated, and that reduced the flooding risk. There were some emergency calls related to vehicles stuck in high water Friday, but a Fort Worth Police Department spokesperson said they didn't receive any reports of major accidents or injuries, so that's good. That's really good. Let's see here. Firefighters conducted 12 high water rescues. That's significant. And responded to 57 fires. At least 3 of the fires are believed to be lightning related. It was a pretty bad storm, that's for sure. I don't know why there weren't any tornado warnings going off. I'll tell you that the spring and the fall here in North Texas is insane. We have an area that's set aside for us, and that night we were getting it ready just in case. Normally there would have been some tornado warnings for sure. All right, well, that's everything I had to present, and you guys can decide for yourself if you think this is due to staffing, due to the government shutdown, whether there was a tornado or not. It seems that a lot of people in North Texas are infuriated that we didn't get some warning, especially since it's a standard thing here, so... Okay, well, I've got a little more time left, and I think that I'll share another story with you guys, and this will be one that I can personally relate to you guys. It's back when I was flying on the helicopters in the Navy, and we were doing what was called an in-flight refueling, and that's when we're on an extended search and rescue mission. And we have to refuel off of a ship. And so what happens when you do that is the ship is underway. It usually points into a certain direction so that the wind is hitting the helicopter off of its stern, the front of the helicopter. Once that's all aligned, the helicopter moves into position alongside the ship. And then one of the crewmen, in this case, it was me on this flight, lowers a fuel line or lowers our hoist down to the ship to collect a fuel line. They hooked the fuel line to the rescue hoist, and we raised the fuel line up into the helicopter. And inside the helicopter, on the floor or the deck, is a fuel fitting. So you open that up, you attach the fuel line to the helicopter. The helicopter stays hovering alongside the ship. And so you're underway. I'm guessing at what the ship is at, probably 6-7 knots. You're underway. And the helicopter is flying alongside of it and refueling. The ship is now pumping fuel into the helicopter. So on this particular mission, while I was doing this in-flight refueling, the helicopter had a hydraulic failure, a major hydraulic failure. So I'm standing in the cargo door, and I've got one hand on the controls because at this point the helicopter is in a hovering position, but I'm controlling some small movements of the helicopter with a joystick to keep it as close in position as possible. And then when this happens, because I'm standing up and kind of looking out the helicopter and looking down at the ship to make sure that we don't get too close, when the hydraulic lines burst on the right side of the helicopter, the starboard side, all this hydraulic fuel then shot into my helmet screen. So I have a clear screen and a sunscreen that goes over the face, so it's part of the helmet. It sprays all over that, all over my uniform. But more importantly, the helicopter loses power, and it's got two engines. It's a twin turbine helicopter, but when it loses the power to the one engine, that loss of power causes the helicopter to start to go in towards the ship and came very close. I called emergency, cut the rescue hoist, which allows the fuel line to just cut loose. In an emergency situation, we just cut loose the fuel line and the rescue hoist. The helicopter, the pilot then goes into full power and pulls towards the port side away from the ship. We came within feet. The helicopter sank down after the hydraulic failure. It sank down towards the ship. The pilot then added power to the remaining engine, pulled away to the left, and we were able to fly back to the aircraft carrier on that one remaining engine. So that was just one of the exciting stories during the time that I got, very fortunately, to serve. And the role that I served in was search and rescue. And I'm just, happy that I got to do it, and really enjoyed it when I did do it. It's actually, when I got out, I went through adrenaline withdrawals, because you just go from doing such intense stuff to then having, for me, it was going into college after I did this, and sitting and studying, and it was just kind of maddening. It definitely caused me some mental health issues after getting out, trying to adjust. So maybe that's something I'll talk about on another live at some point, just about mental health in general. I'll just put it out there now. I suffer from PTSD and anxiety and depression. On my last live, I shared that I was injured during one of my missions, and I ended up having 7 spine surgeries now at this point in my life. I've got metal in the back of my neck and head, and I've got metal that goes from my last rib all the way down to my hips. And that's from fractures from a main rotor bearing failure we had. So a whole nother story. But I really appreciate you guys joining me. I'm new to this, and so I'm trying to just play the game, doing the gamification with TikTok, and taking their recommendations and doing some lives. So thank you for helping me meet today's goal. I was looking to go live on here on a Monday morning. So thanks so much, you guys, and I hope you all have a great day. If you get a chance, throw a comment down and let me know where you're at. I'd love to know. All right. Take care, you guys.